In today's headline, Lakas keeps Sara Palace run alive. Answer Ong, Supreme Court directs Senate. Workers badly need 13-month pay. 12 reported dead amid maring. Worry of catching COVID-19. 2 dead in shooting at US Post Office. Finals on Magnolia radar. Maring lives Philippines. Good morning, I am Kim Sancha and this is Tribune News on Q. Today is October the 13th, 2021 and these are the latest news this Thursday morning. Lakas CMD former President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo's party has opened the door for Davao City Mayor Sara Carpio to run for president in next year's elections through substitution. A higher-ranking party official said Tuesday that their presidential candidate, Ana Capella Velasco, could give way to the president's daughter if the latter decides to seek the highest post in the land. Lakas CMD Secretary General and Surigao del Sur Representative Prospero Butch Pichay Jr. told Daily Tribune that the party is amenable to fielding Sara in place of Velasco, the party's executive director. In July, Lakas CMD President and House Majority Floor Leader Martin Romualdez vowed to mobilize the entire machinery of the party to ensure Sara's victory in the presidential derby. On several occasions, Sara met with Macapagal Arroyo, who is Lakas CMD President Emeritus, for consultation while she was being urged to vie for the presidency. Early this year, Lakas CMD initiated an alliance agreement with Duterte Carpio's regional party, Hugpong ng Pagbabago, in preparation for the 2022 national and local elections. The alliance may allow Sara to legally substitute for Velasco until the 15th of November, the last day for the substitution of candidates by parties. Sara has filed her certificate of candidacy for Mayor of Davao City, saying she wants to be re-elected since she still has a lot to accomplish there. Pichay denied that Velasco is just a placeholder candidate, saying that she is very much willing to seek the presidency. Pichay averred that Velasco cannot be considered a nuisance candidate in the presidential field that includes Senators Panfilo Ping Lacson and Manny Pacquiao, Vice President Leni Robredo, and Manila Mayor Francisco Isko Moreno Domagoso. The Supreme Court has directed the Senate to answer a petition filed by Pharmaly Pharmaceuticals executive Lincoln Ong questioning his arrest and incarceration for contempt. Ong has been cited by the Senate for contempt for allegedly testifying falsely and evasively in connection with the government's procurement of medical supplies for medical workers last year. Supreme Court spokesperson Attorney Brian Keith Hosaka said the order was made by the Supreme Court during an en banc meeting Tuesday. Osaka said that a period of 10 days with which to answer a petition is usually given to respondents. Named respondents by Ong in a case he filed through lawyer Ferdinand Topacio were Senate President Vicente Tito Soto III, Senate Blue Ribbon Committee Chairperson Richard Gordon, and Senate Sergeant at Arms Rene Samonte. Topacio earlier called the Blue Ribbon Committee a kangaroo court with President Rodrigo Duterte, lambasting its hearings on Pharmaly as an avenue for senators seeking election next year to grandstand. In his petition, Ong asked the Supreme Court to declare null and void for being unconstitutional the implementation of several Senate rules that punishes as contempt the act of testifying falsely or evasively. Likewise, he averred that the contempt order issued by the committee, as well as the punishment imposed against him, can be considered as an encroachment on the power of the judiciary. He argued that under Section 21, Article 6 of the 1987 Constitution, the power of Congress to conduct inquiries in aid of legislation mandates that the rights of persons appearing in or affected by such inquiries shall be respected. Business may be business may be hard pressed to get back on their collective feet, but the country's workers are in the same dire straits. An official of the Association of Labor Unions Trade Union Congress of the Philippines said Tuesday. Although TUCP spokesperson Alan Tanhusay reiterated the group's position that the employers must ensure the payment of their workers' 13-month pay to help them weather the pandemic. In an interview with Daily Tribune digital show Gising Na, simulcast on RJTV, Tanhusay said most workers have taken out loans against their 13-month pay to survive the implementation of hard lockdowns. He said that the extra pay guaranteed by law will also come in handy in view of the hikes in the prices of fuel like gasoline, diesel, and liquefied petroleum gas, as well as those of basic commodities. The talk should include a timetable and points of agreement put in writing, the ALU-TUCP official said, adding that the government can step in to break any impasse or dead ends in the negotiations. He said the Department of Trade and Industry and Department of Labor and Employment can mediate so the parties can come to an agreement. Teodorico Toribio, a private sector worker, said he's not amenable to the 13-month being paid in installment, even if he has already advanced the same from his own employer. Trade Secretary Ramon Lopez, in a separate interview, stressed that employers should avail of microfinancing being offered by the government for ailing micro, small, and medium enterprises, or MSME. GB News on Q will be back after these short reminders.
Botomoto Halal 2022, the Daily Tribune special coverage.
Magandang araw mga katribo! Narito na ang mga makakasama nyo tuwing umaga sa programang Gising Na. Roy Pelovelo, Comfy Manalo, Atty. Lia Badillo Crisostomo, Vernon Velasco, Kim Sancha at Jerk Balagtas. Abangan ang programang Gising Na mula alas 8 hanggang alas 9 ng umaga sa Facebook page ng Daily Tribune.
Ilabas na ang mainit na kape at samahan kami sa inyong pag-almusal, mga katribo.
Sama-sama natin alamin ang mga natatagong istorya sa mga latest na kaganapan sa loob at labas ng bansa.
Simulan natin ang bawat umaga with good vibes sa mga informative and recreational segments ng aming programa.
Maaari niyo rin ibahagi sa amin ang inyong opinion via Daily Tribune Facebook page at Tribune Now sa YouTube.
Makichika na rin sa latest showbiz happenings, mga katribo.
Kaya naman, magkita-kita po tayo mula Lunes hanggang Biyernes, alas 8 hanggang alas 9 ng umaga at magsama-sama po tayo sa
Gising Na!
Botomoto Halalan 2022, the Daily Tribune special coverage.
And we're back on Tribune News on Q. 12 persons have been reported dead amid incidents caused by severe tropical storm Maring, according to authorities. Undersecretary Ricardo Halad, National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council Executive Director, released an initial report of 9 fatalities. Later in the afternoon, the NDRRMC said it has already tallied 11 reported deaths as the fatalities in Benguet had increased to 6. Among the fatalities in Benguet were 3 young siblings killed in the landslide in La Trinidad, Governor Melchor Dicla's office said in a social media post. Those children aged 8, 6, and 2 were inside their home when rocks and mud from an elevated area fell on it Monday evening, according to the NDRRMC. 2 women aged 32 and 80 died in separate landslide in Itogon, also in Benguet, while a 52-year-old man was also reportedly killed in a landslide in Baguio City, the council said in its report. The Cagayan provincial government said 2 persons have already been reported dead in the province. After the fatality in Claveria, 1 Cheryl Guim, 33, drowned in floodwaters in Barangay Ahat of Iguid Town around 5:30 a.m. Tuesday, IT said. 4 other persons drowned in a flash flood in Barangay Batang-Batang of Nara, Palawan, said Halad. According to NDRMC, at least 4,528 families or 19,147 persons were affected by incidents caused by marine. Some 6,567 persons were still displaced as of posting. Worry of catching COVID-19 rises to record high 91%. SWS, or the social weather stations, said that at least 91% of adult Filipinos are worried that anyone in their immediate family might catch coronavirus disease or the COVID-19. Based on the surveys conducted by the SWS on the 12th to the 16th of September 2021, only 9% of Filipinos said they are not worried that their family members will test positive for COVID-19. According to SWS, the latest percentage of those worried about catching COVID-19 is 4 points above the 87% in June 2021. The latest SWS survey was similar to the record high level reached in November 2020. Compared to past SWS surveys, worry about catching COVID-19 is much greater than worries about catching previous viruses such as Ebola, swine flu, bird flu, and severe acute respiratory syndrome or SARS. The September 2021 survey also found those fearing the worst is yet to come, with the COVID-19 crisis rising from 39% in June 2021 to a record high 60% in September 2021. This surpassed the previous worst of 57% in July 2020. The third quarter 2021 SWS survey used face-to-face interviews of 1,200 adults nationwide, 300 each in Metro Manila, Balance Luzon, the Visayas, and Mindanao. It has sampling error margin of positive negative 3% for national percentages and positive negative 6% for Metro Manila, Balance Luzon, the Visayas, and Mindanao. 2 U.S. Postal Service employees were shot dead Tuesday in a gun attack at a Tennessee post office, authorities said. The suspected shooter opened fire at the East Lamar Carrier Annex in Memphis and then died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. U.S. Postal Inspector Susan Link told reporters that both victims, as well as the shooter, were Postal Service employees. There is no ongoing threat, she said. An investigation has been launched, she said. Both Link and Culp declined to give further details about the shooting. Mass shootings and other gun violence are huge problems in the United States, issues that gun control advocates says are fueled by the prevalence of firearms and relatively lax gun laws. Tribune News on Q will be back after these short messages.
Boto mo to Halalan 2022, the Daily Tribune special coverage. Boto mo to Halalan 2022, the Daily Tribune special coverage.
And we're back on Tribune News on Q. Magnolia goes for the kill when it collides with Meralco in Game 5 of their Philippine Basketball Association Philippine Cup Best of 7 semifinal series today at the Don Honorio Ventura State University Gym in Bacolor, Pampanga. Game time is at 3 p.m. with the hotshots oozing with confidence, ready to claim the win that would give them the first slot in the best-of-7 final showdown. Meanwhile, TNT Tropang Giga and San Miguel Beers seek to break their 2-2 deadlock in their own best-of-7 semifinal series when they clash in the 6 p.m. featured encounter. After splitting their first 4 matches, both the Tropang Giga and the Beermen are tipped to go all out to claim the 5-hotel win that would give them a 3-2 edge and put them closer to the finals. The last time the Beermen were in the finals was in the Commissioner's Cup in 2019, while the Tropang Giga qualified in the finals of the Philippine Cup last year, but were dominated by Barangay Ginebra San Miguel that prompted them to come up with some key changes in their personnel. Still, all eyes would be on Magnolia, whose last stint in the finals was during the All-Filipino Conference 2 years ago. After absorbing an 86-91 loss in Game 3, the Hotshots took advantage of Morocco's manpower shortage as Calvin Abueva, Ian Sangalang, Gio Halolon, and Mark Barroca took the cudgels, leading them to an 81-69 win in Game 4 to inch closer to the finals. Barroca, who has been very quiet in this series, doused cold water on the Bolts' last-minute comeback attempt and finished with 17 points on 6 of 11 shooting to go with 6 assists and a steal. The Philippine Atmospheric Geophysical and Astronomical Services Administration on Wednesday said the severe tropical storm Marine continues to move away from the country. Pag-asa added that as of 4 a.m. today, the center of severe tropical storm Marine was estimated at 765 kilometers west of Calayan, Cagayan, outside the Philippine area of responsibility. It has a maximum sustained winds of 100 kilometers near the center and gustiness of 125 kilometers per hour as it is moving west-northwestward at 30 kilometers per hour. The Weather Bureau added that under the influence of the southwest monsoon enhanced by severe tropical storm Marine, monsoon rains are possible over Bataan, Zambales, Occidental Mindoro, and Palawan within the next 24 hours. Temperature will range from 26 degrees Celsius to 31 degrees Celsius. And that wraps up the stories this morning. Before we go, we'd like to thank the SM Store, Araneta City, the Department of Tourism, MG Motors, Haina Motors, Security Bank, and Overseas Community Affairs Council member Alan Lin of Republic of China for their continued support. Again, this is Kim Sancha and you're watching Tribune News on Q. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay at home. Good morning.
Botomoto Halalan 2022, the Daily Tribune special coverage.